Hi, my name is Mohammed Shamali. My metric number is H2030302. Now I'm going to present about the introduction. So the first study focused on the financial performance of Asia X Berhad and Malaysia Airlines System Berhad, which is key players in Malaysia aviation industry. This company operating in a competitive environment, supporting tourism and providing global connectivity with unique in-flight experience. The study analyzed financial ratio for 2022 and 2023, focusing on profitability and solvency to assess company performance. Now I'm going to present the background of Asia X Berhad. Asia X Berhad found in 2006 as Fly Asia Express, and it's rebranded in 2007 and become a pioneer in medium-haul low-cost flight in Asia. It aimed to serve an underserved market with affordable fares, despite halting operation in 2020 due to COVID-19 and undergoing debt restructuring. Asia X Berhad rebounded strongly in 2023 with 18 craft, 22 destinations, and RM 2.5 billion in revenue. Its recovery was marked by exciting the PN70 classification and maintaining cost efficiency under CEO Benyamin Ismail. Next is the background of Malaysia Airlines System Berhad, MAS. MAS established in 1947 as Malayan Airways and renamed in 1963. MAS is Malaysian national flag carrier. Operating from KLIA and other major airports, it served over 50 global destinations. Despite several setbacks from the MH370 and MH17 tragedies in 2014, MAS was fully taken off by Khazanah Nasional for restructuring. The airlines has seen focus on operational efficiency, digital upgrades, and sustainability to maintain its global presence and support tourism.
My name is Nur Zahira binti Muhammad Rashid. My metric number is H23A2111. Let's look at the liquidity position of Asia X Berhad for 2022 and 2023. First, the current ratio. In 2022, it was 0.57 times and it dropped a bit to 0.56 times in 2023. This means the company had less than 1 ringgit of current asset to cover each 1 ringgit of short-term debt. A ratio below 1 means weak liquidity. Next, the quick ratio. It also went down slightly from 0.57 in 2022 to 0.55 in 2023. Even after removing inventory, the company still had trouble covering short-term obligation. This shows tight liquidity and possible financial pressure. Lastly, net working capital. In 2022, it was RM 518,971, meaning liability were much higher than asset. In 2023, it moved a bit to negative RM 337,248, but it's still negative. This shows cash flow problem and a need for external help like loans. In summary, Asia X had liquidity problem in both year. 2023 was a bit better, but still not strong enough. Now I will explain the liquidity ratio analysis for Malaysia Airlines System Berhad for the year 2022 and 2023. First, the current ratio in 2022, it was 0.90 times but dropped to 0.85 times in 2023. This means the company had less ability to pay short-term debts using current asset. Since the ratio is below 1, it will show that liability are higher than asset. Next, the quick ratio. It went down from 0.87 in 2022 to 0.81 in 2023. The ratio removed inventory and still show that the company may have trouble paying short-term debts quickly. It depends more on receivable, which are harder to turn into cash fast. Lastly, the net working capital. In 2022, it was RM 272,418 and it became worse in 2023 to negative RM 602,889. This means liability are growing faster than asset and the company may need external funding to support the operation. In summary, Malaysia Airlines System Berhad liquidity become weaker in 2023, showing possibility problem in covering short-term financial needs.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Anisha Zilin binti Roshidi. My metric number is H23A1512. Today I would like to present about activity ratio AirAsia Berhad. First, we have inventory turnover. In 2022, AirAsia Berhad inventory turnover was 89.18 times, increased significantly to 362.61 in 2003, a rise of 2072.81 times. This improvement reflects enhanced efficiency in managing inventory to support sale growth. Second, total asset turnover. The total asset turnover increased from 0.35 times to 0.81 times in 2023. Third, we have average collection period. The average collection period decreased from 109.16 days in 2022 to 92.01 days in 2023. Next, we have account receivable turnover. The account receivable turnover improved from 3.34 time in 2022 to 3.97 time in 2023. Lastly, we have fixed asset turnover, AirAsia Berhad. The fixed asset turnover ratio increased from 0.7 times in 2022 to 1.88 times in 2023, a growth of 1.18 times. Next, I would like to present about activity ratio Malaysia Airline System Berhad. First, inventory turnover. The inventory turnover improved from 32 times in 2023 to 38.58 times in 2023. Next, total asset turnover. The total asset turnover of Malaysia Airlines System Berhad increased from 0.16 times in 2022 to 0.24 times in 2023. Third, we have account receivable turnover. The account receivable turnover of Malaysia Airlines System Berhad increased from 0.14 times from 5.83 in 2022 to 6.23 in 2023. Next, fixed asset turnover. The fixed asset turnover ratio of Malaysia Airlines System Berhad increased from 5.68 in 2023 to 8.15 in 2023. Lastly, average collection period. The average collection period of Malaysia Airlines System Berhad improved from 62.56 days in 2022 to 58.61 days in 2023. Thank you.
Now let's take a closer look at the debt ratio for both AirAsia and the Cooperative Airline Group over the 2 years 2022 and 2023. Starting with the AirAsia in 2022, the company had total liabilities of approximately 2.61 billion and total assets of about 2.34 billion, resulting in a debt ratio of 111.69%. This indicates that the company had more liability than assets, reflecting a financially stressed position. However, in 2023, we see an improvement. Debt increased slightly to 2.90 billion, while assets increased to 3.14 billion, bringing debt ratio down to 95.68%. Towards the height, this decrease shows a move towards a healthier balance sheet. Now looking at the airlines industry average. In 2022, the debt ratio was 16.82%, calculated from 12.02 billion in liabilities and 19.45 billion in assets. In 2023, liabilities increased slightly to 12.45 billion and assets to 20.06 billion, leading to a debt ratio of 16.89%. The slight decrease represents stability and prudent debt management across the industry.
Hi, I'm Siti Nashaira binti Roslan. My metric number is H23A2143. Now, I want to present about profitability ratio Asia and airlines. First, net profit margin Asia. In 2023, the company recorded a substantial positive margin of 4044.37%, indicating significant loss. However, in 2023, Asia achieved a positive net profit margin of 13.18%, representing a remarkable turnaround. Airlines, on the other hand, showed a small but still positive change, improving from a 5.99% margin in 2022 to 11.05% in 2023. Second, return on equity. The return on equity for both Asia and airlines also demonstrate contrasting performance between 2022 and 2023. Asia plummeted from a negative 0.66% in 2022 to a significantly improved positive 245.96% in 2023. This suggests a substantial improvement in profitability relative to shareholder equities. Airlines also show improvements, rising from 2.52% in 2022 to a positive 6.79% in 2023, indicating better utilization of shareholder investment. Third, return on asset. Asia return on asset show a significant decrease from 1428.98% in 2022 to 14.26% in 2023. Airlines also experienced a decrease in volume from 0.96% in 2022 to 2.6% in 2023, indicating a less dramatic but still notable decline in asset utilization efficiency. Next, operating profit margin. Asia operating profit margin experienced a dramatic shift from a very high 4099.38% in 2022 to 19.02% in 2023. This considerable reduction suggests a significant change in the company operational efficiency or revenue stream. Airlines also saw a substantial change, with their operating profit margin improving from 12.10% in 2022 to 8.97% in 2023. Gross profit margin. Asia experienced a significant improvement in gross profit margin, rising from negative 26.67% in 2022 to 23.71% in 2023. Meanwhile, the airline segment continued to record a low gross profit margin, although it slightly improved from 95.90% in 2022 to 94.23% in 2023.
Hi, my name is Nur Alamaisara binti Ismail. My metric number H23A1926. Today, I want to present my part. My part is comparative liquidity ratio in Asia and Airlines 2022. First, I want to present about liquidity ratio. Liquidity ratio, we have three, which is current ratio, number two, quick ratio, and number three, net working capital. For current ratio for Asia, we get 0.57 times, and for Malaysia Airlines System Berhad, we get 0.90 times. In comparison to Asia X Berhad, which has a liquidity and efficiency ratio of 0.57 times, Malaysia Airlines System Berhad has a high ratio of 0.90 times, showing the company capacity to pay down its short-term debts with its current state. Number two is quick ratio. Quick ratio for Asia, we get 0.57 times, and Malaysia Airlines Berhad, we get 0.87 times. The ability of Malaysian Airlines System Berhad to carry out short-term obligations without using inventory is 0.87 times higher than Asia X Berhad, which is 0.57 times less capable. Number 3 is net working capital. Net working capital for Asia, we get negative RM 518.971, and for Malaysia Airlines we get negative RM 272.418. Compare with Malaysia Airlines System Berhad, Asia X Berhad has more working capital. This due its strong financial standing. Asia X Berhad can pay its bill immediately. Next is comparative liquidity ratio Asia and Airlines 2023. First one is current ratio. Current ratio for Asia is we get 0.56 times, and Malaysia Airlines System Berhad we get 0.85 times. Asia X Berhad liquidity and efficient ratio is just 0.56 times, whereas Malaysia Airlines System Berhad is 0.87 times, indicating the company's capacity to pay down its short-term debts using the current states. Number 2 is quick ratio. Quick ratio for Asia is 0.55 times, and Malaysia Airlines System Berhad is 0.81 times. Malaysia Airlines System Berhad had to the highest ability to pay short-term obligation without relying on inventory, which is 0.81, compared to Asia X Berhad has the lowest ability of 0.55 times. Number 3 is net working capital. Net working capital for Asia is negative RM 337.248, and Malaysia Airlines System Berhad negative RM 602.889. Malaysia Airlines System Berhad has more working capital than Asia X Berhad. This Malaysia Airlines System Berhad can pay the expenses at an immediate rate because the financial conditions of the company is in good condition. Thank you.
My name is Nur Atirasha Mimi binti Burhan. My metric number is H23A2144. Today I want to present about comparison of activity ratio analysis for both company AirAsia X Berhad and Malaysia Airlines System Berhad in 2022. The slides compare several activity ratios between AirAsia X Berhad and Malaysia Airlines System Berhad. Number 1, inventory turnover. AirAsia X Berhad has an inventory turnover ratio of 89.80 times, which is significantly higher than Malaysia Airlines is 32 times. This indicates that AirAsia is more efficient in managing its event. Second, total asset turnover. AirAsia X Berhad also has a total asset turnover of 0.35 times compared to Malaysia Airlines 0.16 times, indicating that AirAsia has used its assets more effectively to generate sales. Number 3 is account receivable turnover. Malaysia Airlines has a higher account receivable turnover, which is 5.83 times than AirAsia 3.34 times, which show that Malaysia Airlines is more efficient in collecting debt. Number 4 is fixed assets turnover. Malaysia Airlines also perform better in this aspect with a fixed assets turnover of 5.68 times compared to AirAsia at 0.70 times, indicating more optimal use of fixed assets. And the last one is average collection period. The average collection period for AirAsia X is 109.16 days, which is longer than Malaysia Airlines 62.56 days, indicating that Malaysia Airlines collect payment faster.
And for the conclusion, Asia X is more efficient in inventory management and overall assets utilization, whereas Malaysia Airlines is more efficient in debt collection and fixed.
First of all, debt to equity ratio measures how much a company is financed by debt compared to equity. It is calculated by divide total liabilities by total equity and multiply by 100. And then for debt ratio show the portion of a company asset that are financed by liability. The formula is total liabilities divided by total asset times 100. Why time to earn interest? TIE ratio measure the company ability to meet its interest obligation from its operating income. The formula is EBIT divided by interest expense. For Asia X Berhad, the company show financial recovery in 2023 with an increase in equity and EBIT. However, the debt to equity ratio 116.55% and debt ratio is 95.68% are still very high, indicate a high reliance on debt. Although TIE increased to 4.27 times, financial risk remain high. For Malaysia Airlines System Berhad, financial performance improved with a reduce in debt to equity ratio to 59.03% and debt ratio to 0.89%, reflecting a stable financing structure. The increase in TIE to 3.59 times indicate a strong ability to pay interest.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Emilia Maisarah binti Samsul Hisham. My metric number is H2382128. Today I want to present my part is comparative analysis of profitability 2022 and 2023. Net profit margin in Asia X Berhad is a 4044.37%. And Malaysia Airlines System Berhad is 5.99%. Interpretation is Asia X Berhad exceptionally high net profit margin suggests extraordinary gains likely driven by one-off factor of significant cost reduction. Next, return on equity. In Asia X Berhad, negative 12220.66% and Malaysia Airlines is 2.52%. Interpretation is Asia X Berhad extremely negative ROE highlight massive losses compared to shareholder equity likely due to financial instability or excessive liabilities. Return on assets in Asia have 1428.98%. In Malaysia Airlines System Berhad 0.69%. Interpretation is Asia X Berhad extremely negative ROE highlight massive losses compared to shareholder likely to financial instability or excessive liabilities. Next, operating profit margin. In Asia X Berhad have a 4066.38%. In Malaysia Airlines System Berhad is 12.10%. Interpretation is Asia X Berhad operating profit margin was extraordinarily high, indicating remarkable efficiency in managing operational costs or extraordinary revenue gains. Gross profit margin in Asia X Berhad is negative to 6.67%. In Malaysia and System Berhad, 5.90%. Next is comparative analysis of profitability 2023. Net profit margin in ASIS Berhad 13.18%. Malaysia Airlines System Berhad is 11.05%. Interpretation is ASIS Berhad net profit margin dropped dramatically, normalizing from its previous extreme level. Next is return on equity. In Asia Berhad is 245.96%. In Malaysia Airlines System Berhad is 6.79%. Interpretation is Asia Berhad rebounds significantly in terms of ROE, indicating a strong recovery and much higher returns for shareholders compared to 2022. Then, return on assets in ASIS Berhad is 4.26%, and in Malaysia Airlines System Berhad is 2.6%. ASIS Berhad experienced a significant decline in ROE compared to 2022, but still maintained a reasonable level of asset efficiency. Operating profit margin in ASIS Berhad is 19.02%. In Malaysia Airlines System Berhad is 8.67%. ASIS Berhad operating profit margin dropped significantly, suggesting challenge in managing operational efficiency. Meanwhile, Malaysia Airlines System Berhad show a remarkable increase, reflecting better cost control and operating productivity. Gross profit margin in ASIS Berhad is 23.71%. In Malaysia Airlines System Berhad is 94.23%. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Azra Farisha binti Rodzaini. My metric number is H23A1655. So, I would like to present about overall analysis for the performance of Air Asia X Berhad in 2023. So here we can see demonstrated significant recovery and growth with an increase in gross profit margin and return on equity, which is ROE. We also face substantial financial risk, including a high debt to equity ratio and declining net profit margin, including vulnerability to financial pressures. And the low current ratio reflects liquidity challenges, raising concerns about the ability to meet short-term financial obligations. Next, I would like to talk about the performance of Malaysia Airlines System Berhad, which is we can see the display stability with consistent profitability and moderate returns on equity, which is ROE. And it has also made progress in reducing its debt ratio, contributing to stronger financial foundations. However, a low current ratios indicates concerns about its ability to cover short-term liabilities. Next, I will talk about the conclusion. So, in conclusion, we see that Asia shows aggressive recovery but remains exposed to significant financial risk. Secondly, Malaysia Airlines System, which is MAS, is better positioned because for a long-term sustainability but needs to address liquidity concerns to stay competitive. Here we can see that both airlines must enhance operational efficiency and fosters innovation to maintain competitiveness in the challenging aviation industry. That's all from me.